Have any of you ever heard of Pokemon? Pokemon is a game where you try and catch them all. And to do that, you need Pokeballs. Today, I'm going to teach you all how to make Pokemon Pokeball cookies. Let's go to the kitchen. Alright, now that we're here, we're going to have to gather our ingredients and our tools. For your ingredients, you'll need flour, powdered sugar, regular sugar, black frosting, salt, unsalted butter, baking soda, gel food coloring, vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and jet puff marshmallows, the mini kinds. For the tools you'll be using, you're going to need a big bowl, a medium bowl, a small bowl, saran wrap, a cookie cutter, which is completely optional, teaspoons and tablespoons, cups, 2 knives, a butter knife and a regular knife, and a whisk or a beater, it's your choice. First, you're going to need your small bowl and you're going to have to get 2½ cups of flour. Alright, now this is where you're going to need your butter knife to chop it all up and level it off. And I'm a messy baker. Now you're going to need a teaspoon of baking soda. Now you're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. For the next step, you're going to have to whisk them all together. You're going to want to whisk them until they're all mixed together. It'll take about, I don't know, a minute at the most. Now that you've whisked them all together, you're going to want to set this off to the side and you're going to want to get your big bowl. Bam! Now, once you got your big bowl, you need to take your butter. Now, it needs to be 1 cup of butter. So, what you need to do is melt your butter. I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds, then I'll bring it back out and pop it in. Alright, now you're going to take out your butter and unwrap it. Oh. Now, you're going to have to take your powdered sugar. You're going to need 1 1/4 cup. Okay. Alright, now you're going to need your regular sugar. You're going to need 1/4 cup of sugar and then 2 tablespoons. I don't really know the math on that one, but you know, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to just peel that off in dry time. Ooh. Ooh. Now you're going to want to mix this solution together. You know, it's very sturdy and stuff. You're going to want to mix it until it's about the consistency of butter. It shouldn't take very long, about a minute. Alright, that's that. Now you're going to need to get 1 egg and crack it. Oh, these are always pretty messy. Then you're going to have to get 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, it's okay if a little bit spills in because that's the only flavoring that you're going to be adding. And a little bit more vanilla never hurt anyone. Alright. Now we're going to have to mix these all together. Alright, now that you've got that all mixed together, you're going to want to start slowly adding in the flour. You're going to add in a little bit of flour. Then you're going to mix it all together. And you're going to add a little bit more. And you mix it a little bit more. Now that we've got that over with, we need to get out the saran wrap and divide the cookie sheet into 2 different parts. Now we're going to have to take half of this stuff. We're going to put it into a ball. about half in one of your hands and half in the bowl. Now we're going to have to take the red food coloring, and we're going to pour it in on this. Okay. Now you're going to want to use a lot of red, because if you don't use enough, then it's going to turn pink. And, well, that's not going to work out. Now you're going to want to mix it in. Alright, now that you've got your two different dough masses, you're going to want to flatten them out and get them in saran wrap. Now that you've got them all packaged up, we can go put them in the fridge for about an hour. That'll help us cut them up later and make them firmer so we can actually make cookies out of these. In the meantime, why don't you go play some Pokemon? Now that it's been about an hour, we're going to take these out and we're going to roll them into logs. After that, we're going to put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and we're going to let them cool in there. Now that your dough has been hardened, you're going to have to take them and cut them down the center like this. Alright, now we're going to have to make egg whites. To do that, you got to take one egg and put the white inside the bowl. You don't want the big yellow yolk. Alright, this is how I do it. You just keep the yolk in one of the cups, you transfer it, let the egg drip down, let the white part drip down. Alright, now you got the egg in there. To make egg white, you need to add in 2 tablespoons of water. So we're going to bring this over here. That's it. Now that you've made your egg white, get your nice clean butter knife and spread it on your dough. Now that you've got your sides all lathered up, you're going to want to take stick them together. Now, these don't have to be exactly perfect because we're going to be using a cookie cutter later. So just make sure that they stick together, then wrap them back up and put them in the freezer for about 30 more minutes. Now that the cookies are successfully hardened together, we're going to cut them up into cookie-sized bits. These are the cookies right before they go in. You're going to want to preheat the oven to 375 and they'll stay in the oven for about 7 to 9 minutes. Alright, now that the cookies are done, we're going to remove them and we're going to start decorating. Remember to turn off your oven when you're done with it. Alright, now that you're done, you're going to put your cookies on a tray and you're going to get out your icing and your marshmallows. Alright, now we're going to start frosting along the line. This guy takes a little bit of a while to start. And you're going to like a little ball up in the center area. And we can smell that out later. Alright, now that you've finished icing up your cookies, you're going to want to put the cherry on top. That little dot in the center of the Pokeball. You can use any light candy you want, but I'm going to use marshmallows. Alright, now you're going to want to get your little marshmallow. You're going to want to cut it in half with some scissors. You're going to want to stick the little end on the ball. And there you go. You have officially finished Pokeball. There you go. Now you too know how to make Pokemon Pokeball cookies. Unfortunately, this recipe didn't make enough for the rest of the class, but it allowed me to share my interest with you all. Use this information and go forth and catch them all.